live on IG on both channels. So good.
Is the first sitting mayor to face a judge on federal crimes. Adams is being charged with 5 counts. The unsealed indictment revealing charges including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and bribery.
If he is convicted of all charges, he could face up to 45 years in prison. We have live team coverage covering all the angles this morning. Natalie Duddridge is at Gracie Mansion, but we start with Christina Fan outside the courthouse. And Christina, what are you hearing about how this court appearance will go down?
Well, Cindy, the mayor's arraignment is scheduled for noon today, but we are now learning that his attorney hopes to push his initial court appearance until next week. Either way, as you can see behind us, the scene is set for his arrival in front of the federal courthouse. There are rows and rows of barricades present here. Now, prosecutors allege that the mayor engaged in a years-long scheme accepting gifts and money in exchange for political favors and then lied to the public about it.
I follow the rules. I follow the law. I do not do anything that's going to participate in illegal campaign activity.
Mayor Adams denied all accusations detailed in a sprawling 57-page indictment, accusing him of seeking and accepting improper gifts like luxury travel and illegal campaign contributions from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official since he was Brooklyn Borough president. His alleged undisclosed travel dates back to 2016, totaling to more than $100,000.
He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them.
Prosecutors say illegal campaign contributions came via straw donors, people who contribute someone else's money to hide the illegal source. In return for the illicit benefits, Adams allegedly used his influence to pressure the FDNY to open a new high-rise housing Turkey's consulate in Manhattan, despite safety concerns.
Laws that are designed to ensure that officials like him serve the people, not the highest bidder, not a foreign bidder, and certainly not a foreign power.
The indictment also detailed how Adams and his staff allegedly tried hiding their criminal conduct, stating that the mayor's campaign fundraiser called Adams 5 times while the FBI was at her door with a search warrant. According to the indictment, she then spoke to FBI agents, but refused to say who paid for her 2021 travel to Turkey. And prosecutors say another different Adams staffer also agreed to speak with the FBI, but then excused herself to go use the bathroom where she allegedly deleted encrypted messaging applications she had used to communicate with the mayor. If found guilty on all 5 counts, Adams faces up to 45 years in prison. Reporting live from Lower Manhattan, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Christina, thank you. 6:05 in this morning, some local leaders are calling on the mayor to step down, but the mayor says he's focused on running the city, and he does have supporters. Natalie Duddridge is live outside Gracie Mansion on the Upper East Side. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Mary. Yes, some support from community members, but also mounting pressure for Mayor Adams to step aside. And we keep our eye right now on Gracie Mansion. A little bit of movement, some NYPD outside, but mainly quiet, although we expect to see at some point this morning Mayor Adams leave and make his way to court for his scheduled arraignment.
I will continue to do the job for 8.
Yeah, so looking at what the feds are doing, they've been working on this for a long time. And like I say, even though this been a great month, you know, the Diddy situation, and then now the Mayor Eric Adams and everything. So like I said, guys, if you guys have time to read it, his indictment is 57 pages long, which is a lot, but it definitely details on, you know, of the research the feds did, and now he has played. I'm not guilty that he does his charges, but hey, man, it's just something, man. This has been a wild type of month. So go ahead, Akeem, man. What's your take about Eric Adams, the New York City mayor?
He's innocent, and he needs to be exonerated.
What?
And to prove him guilty.
He needs
while flying to go out to Turkey.
No, he listen. Why can't he enjoy the fruits of his labor?
Using local people's money. You can't do that.
Listen. Corruption is rampant everywhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I don't know what, like, and from a logical standpoint, I might see what they're doing, but we have corruption goes every day. There's corruption in the construction field. Most people wet the hands of most political officials. And how do you think a lot of these guys win these contracts? I think
shout out to Alizé. Alizé over there in the Instagram world. She said, "I agree with Hakeem." Shout out to Alizé. She's over there in the Instagram world.
Listen,
she said she agree with Hakeem.
So just because he's a black man, he can't enjoy the corruption pie?
No.
But he might not be corrupted. What if these were just to broker deals with a group of people who wants to get of the American pie? I didn't think he did anything wrong. I'm gonna put the New York City mayor on economy when he's coming here to broker deals. No, first class. No, high rise thing. I think he's innocent. I think he needs to be exonerated. There's a lot of people doing something worse. I think Patrick the Detroit mayor Kilpatrick say the only reason why they're giving him a slap because he didn't want to fall into a Democratic line.
We do have the clip. We're gonna play that later, though. We do have the clip on crime.
No, but the same thing when it comes to Eric Adams. You know, I think he's a horrible mayor in New York. That's one. They're trying to get him out of there. That's two. And three,
he was in New York, Ronnie, too. So you can kind of explain a little bit what's going on in New York.
I'm saying New York. Remember, they're dealing with the immigration issue. They're dealing with the job issue. They're dealing with the economy issues. Okay, should I say more in New York? He's not doing a good job as a mayor. So this is a perfect time to get him out of office.
I'm gonna agree with you. He did
create a scandal to get him out of office. Now we know he didn't do anything wrong. We know that he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do nothing
trying to
wrong.
go out to meet you in Turkey or doing the stuff we're doing, but at the same time he's not doing a good job as a man because we know people tend to vote Democrat without doing proper research. So they don't vote him in again, and they don't want that to happen.
We need Giuliani back.
As A said, he's guilty. She said she agreed he is guilty. Now, me. I mean, I think he didn't do anything wrong. I think they just going for that. I think they just trying to find something.
We need Rudy Giuliani back. We need.
He wants almost $700 million.
That's no problem. He had them boys in check in New York. Stop and frisk. Freeze! Yes, sir. Freeze! You got
he bought. She even talk about it. As A even say that he bought back Pat and Fish.
Yeah. We need Giuliani back.
No, but Eric, I'm sorry, man. They want you out of office. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So just pack your bags. After you beat this case, pack your bags and call it a day. They don't want you to be mayor anymore in New York. He's just not doing a good job. I'm just sorry. He's just not. He's been doing a horrible job. And remember, we know somebody right now that's in New York, and he tells me all the time, New York is a pigsty. The city that never sleeps. And now we're not even going to talk about the crime rate in New York, how it's kind of skyrocketed too as well.
That's why we need Giuliani back. But the Blasio and them boys with nothing. Giuliani and Bloomberg had them in check. They had.
But shout out to we got to get love to the Instagram family. Shout out to Shay that's in the building. Shay, I know who you are. Shout out to you for being in the building.
How you doing, Shay? Alizé.
Much love for y'all watching us on Instagram. We really do greatly appreciate it. Go ahead. And also shout out to the people that are watching us on Rumble. The 5 people that are watching us on Rumble. Shout out to you guys also watching us on Rumble. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead, George.
So go ahead. I can't play the second clip. Play the heckler. I'm gonna bring my take.
New York saying that this is not a black day. This is not a black day. This is a youth thing. This is a youth thing, Eric Adams. This is not a black day. Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. and this is not a black day. This is a justice day.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning, and I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups.
Remember, we are the nation of domination.
You know that smile, he's guilty.
Oh my God.
That he's guilty.
That was trying to say, we are the nation of domination.
This is not a black day.
It's not a black day.
This is not a black day.
Don't got to say, we are the nation of domination.
Go ahead. Yeah, man. I'll just say, Care Club, you know, when it comes to, we talked about this about Diddy, when it comes to having power and money, it goes with the politician and you having power when it comes to you being the mayor of the city. And also, he had a history of being mayor in other boroughs as well. If you do some stuff wrong, especially as a black man, and you have that type of power, they're going to look for you. They're going to look for anything. Anything. And that's what the feds did when it comes to bribe, corruption, which this always are. But if you a black man that have that type of power, I don't care if you're in the big city as in New York, in Los Angeles, Miami, Detroit, what happened to Kwame Kilpatrick over almost a decade and a half ago. If you do something wrong in the city, they will definitely find something to get you in. That's what the feds did and everything. They did. They be looking for always. They be looking at over 2014 when it comes to bribes and all that type of stuff. That Turkish chick, I don't know why they happened in there, but they did the same thing with Diddy. But when it comes to this, man, Eric, like I said, you plead not guilty, which is not a smart thing to do because if the feds win, you're looking up to 45 years in prison, and like I said, you're going to go into a federal prison, and it's not going to look good. So this is not the first. Like I said, this is not the first time I've seen this before. But this is the first time I've seen it happen to an active mayor. When it happened to Kwame Kilpatrick, he wasn't active mayor at the time. They just gathered up the charges, and with that, and they got Kwame Kilpatrick with corruption as well. And I think he pled not guilty, and then he was guilty. And then he was supposed to do 40 years in prison, and then after that, Donald Trump gave him the pardon him out and everything. But go ahead, I can't play the Kwame Kilpatrick. After that, we'll chop it up.
I don't know. I think he want to show another clip. I think Hakeem.
Yeah. I'm about to show it now.
They're at it again. They've indicted and formally charged Eric Adams, mayor of New York. My heart and prayers go out to him and his family because they in for a dogfight. It brought back some eerie feelings for me because those were the first charges in my case, illegal campaign contributions. None of those charges made it to the courtroom. They were later dropped, but it gave the feds the entrance point to start the J. Edgar Hoover treatment on the people that they wanted to break down. Yeah, they bring them in, they show them pictures of their children, they tell them they're going to be in a larger conspiracy, go to prison, if they don't just sign this statement saying that he did this. And most of them do, all of them do, really. And then they absolve themselves from prosecution. The feds are at it again. I want you to see also that it's the Democratic Party going after another black mayor. This happens all over the country: Texas, Oklahoma, California, Florida, New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago. It's happening all over the country. Now, New York, if you unashamed and unabashed and strong enough to say, no, I'm independently working for these people and looking after their interests, the first thing they're going to do is turn you against those people. Yeah, it's a textbook thing. J. Edgar Hoover, wizard, wicked genius. Listen, if black lives really matter, they better start mattering to black people. Because we the worst haters of ourselves than anybody.
Ooh, I like that.
That don't make any sense because didn't they say the Democratic Party favored the black people? How they gonna go against the black people when they say the Democratic Party favors the black people?
They don't.
So which one is it?
I like that.
Is it the Republican don't favor the black people, or is the Democratic Party don't favor the black people? Which one is it? Because the Democratic Party allow Eric to be in power in New York. It's a Democratic state. But go ahead, can you say you like it? Why you like it? Go ahead.
First off, Kwame Kilpatrick knows very well what it means to be indicted. And I kind of believe him though, because to be honest with you, we don't have no. And you're right, Joe, don't hurt him. And you're right if he defending corruption. But then we need to see the paperwork. Now, Eric Adam got 57 pages. We need to go down there and see what's going on.
That's a lot of pages.
That's a lot of pages. You know what I mean? If he out there scooping and gooling and diddly bopping with the listen, if Erdogan is giving him some money, Erdogan, I'm ready for corruption too. Allow, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to be a Turkish citizen too. But enough with the jokes. But here's the thing. I understand from the standpoint of where he's coming from of being indicted and talking about the feeling of how they put the pressure on him to say yes, he, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Who knows? That was so many years ago. We don't know what his case was looking at. He could have been dead. I don't even remember it. But when he spoke from the feeling of what's gonna go down and how this is gonna go down. I think Eric Adams got the money and the power to beat this though. Like I just got a weird feeling that he's gonna skip daddly doodly and get this thing out the way.
You think so? I think he have a hard time right now. I think I would say they're targeting him because they want him to get out of office. I would say I don't see him. He may be able to beat it, but they're gonna tell him to step down as mayor.
Don't get me wrong.
That's gonna be probably one of the clauses in this whole case.
He needs to get out the office because it's not safe in New York. We need a Republican in there.
Yeah,
we need. Hey, listen, we need a new form of Giuliani that's strict, and that's gonna, you know what I mean. So I could go back there and drink tea and crumpets on the streets of New York. But you know what I'm saying. But other than that,
so you won't go back to New York until they come back till they become back Republican.
Listen, until it's a Republican city, I ain't going back to New York. I need to get hauled away in chains back to jail to Rikers Island. It's not safe. You can't even go to Brooklyn without bullets flying. I used to be able to get a cocoa bread and patty in Flatbush or Eastern Parkway with no problem. Now you got a duck. No, we need a Republican. We need a Republican in that city so we can enjoy New York benefit.
Yeah, so when it comes to Comedy Kilpatrick, you know, I remember that case like it was yesterday. Oh. I was there, you know. I was there when he was the first. He was the first young black mayor at the age of 35. So, and I remember when he was mayor, he was the cool mayor. He was like the top-notch cool mayor with, you know, dressed down. You know, you want to be just like him, the cool, clean cut mayor and everything. I guess when he first got voted in, you know, because a lot of people know the majority of Detroit is black, predominantly black. And we first saw Kwame, you know, as this young, clean-cut mayor who can talk good. And Kwame can talk real good. You know how when a black mayor talks good, it gets us the black people in our feelings and everything. We want to vote and everything. But, you know, his tenure as mayor, you know, it wasn't good. You know, at the time he been in jail as a mayor. He was, you know, he had hired a contract. I forgot his name, but them accusing, you know, stealing money and bribery, and bribes, all that type of stuff. Also taking bribes from councilmen in the city of Detroit. And also there was a part about him sleeping with his assistant. They try to make that bid. They was trying to get his testing on that. The same thing with Eric Adams with the Turkish woman and everything. That's what happened with Kwame Kilpatrick. He's messing with his assistant and everything, even though he was married. So they was trying to do that out and everything. Also, Kwame was involved into there was a party where there's a stripper who was dancing there, and then a year later she got shot and deleted. And you know, it was a big investigation, you know, for years and years about that. If the mayor had something involved in that. You remember that, Hakeem?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I seen the video about it. The daughter spoke about it, and I was like, I don't think he that gangster enough.
No, he's not. No. There was no evidence and everything. They checked cameras, no nothing and everything. Yeah. And also when he was in jail too, you know, and going on his second term, and he had all these things going on. Guess what? He got voted again. Mm-hmm. And he went to jail all that. He got voted again and everything. But unfortunately, you know, he did his 4 years. I think he did his 4 years, and after that, he moved to Texas. And then 2 years later, he got charged. He got indictment charges against him when it comes to corruption, bribery, settle from the city, all that type of things as well. Similar with Eric, the mayor Adams is happening to him and everything. So that's why when I hear Kwame, I was there, and what he was saying is like I kept hearing he was saying about that too. So when it comes to comes to these parties, Republican and Democrat and everything, if like I said, if you with the Democrats, Republican, they're gonna give you the money, they're gonna endorse you. If you're a mayor, if you were the governor or going for president and everything, they will endorse you. But if you move wrong, or you mess with somebody wrong, or you do somebody wrong when it comes to that in that political party, they will find a way to take you down. Which they do is they'll tap into the feds. And he said, and like I said, they'll do research on you. They'll try to go into your house and everything. They'll raid your houses and everything, and they'll try to build a case to put you down. To me, and like I said, we saw it in the Democrat side. See with Eric Adams, and I saw it, almost over a decade ago with Colin Kilpatrick, because he was in the Democrats as well. And like I said, it can happen to the Republican side too, but we just haven't seen that a lot with the end of the Republican side. So. Like I said, saw this before with Kwame Kilpatrick, and how the case is very similar to Eric with Eric Adams, and likely how the feds not over the 95 percentile, they win cases. He's definitely gonna do some time and definitely gonna be in jail, probably more than 20 years. So right now, Eric Carter, it's not good for him. I don't care how much money he got when it comes to the feds. I said that with Diddy. The feds have a 90 percentile of winning their cases. So I don't know what, Gary, you have up under your sleeve, but you say you're not guilty. So see, now we have another case in New York that's going to be, a mainstream to watch with the Eric Adams, and also with the Diddy situation. So New York, when it comes to people doing their media and all that type of stuff, New York is number one right now. They're number one.
But this is the thing with the situation with the Fed. The Feds are bored, because now I remember I don't know if it was Hakeem or Rufus said it when we was on the panel. I think he said it right now, because they already locked up all the kingpins. They already locked up all the kingpins. They're trying to find something to do because now they're bored. So now they're coming after their own. They're coming after the politicians. You see, they're coming after Diddy, because after Diddy, then what? Who's next?
Yeah.
Trump. They're not gonna come after the president, because it's gonna make him look bad. So it's like the Fed right now, they're bored. They gotta pay these people, they gotta pay these judges, they gotta pay these lawyers, because they just sitting around doing nothing. So they're just trying to find anything. But if they come after Eric Adams and he is convicted, like they say, he's doing 70 or 45 years in prison. But I think it's a done case. I don't see him getting locked up. The only thing I see him doing is stepping down as mayor. That's the only thing. They say, hey, you're not doing a good job. So instead of them saying he's not doing a good job, they're just trying to find something to depend on him so he can step down. And hopefully he does step down, because he's not really doing a good job in New York. New York is just terrible. That being said, moving forward, go ahead, Jordan.
All right, we're on to the next topic. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's talk about Slim Thug. So Slim Thug went viral. I'll talk about if you're black, you should be voting for Kamala Harris regardless. Don't care about the policies. Don't care about nothing. If you're a Democrat or Republican, if she has black skin, you should be voting automatically. He said, "What's wrong with you?" He'd be like, "What's wrong with you, black people? If she's black, vote for her." Like when white people vote for Donald Trump, right? If you're black, vote for Kamala Harris, and that's what